And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ontario Soccer Center on this hot Saturday afternoon for the League 1 Ontario men's finals between the Blue Devils FC and Vaughan. The two teams get ready to take the field here. We're getting underway here, which will be an exciting game between the two top teams in the men's divisions, the number 1 and 2 seeds, battling out to see who is going to earn that place in the 2023 Canadian Championship. My name is Martin Ohms, and I'll be giving you the play-by-play commentary for this match. As the two teams take the field, they'll be in the white and red, the Vaughan Azzurri, and in the blues will be the Blue Devils FC. We're going to take a little bit of a breather here for the national anthems. There we go, folks. There is the Canadian national anthem. And we are tuned in here for this League 1 Ontario men's final. If this is your first time tuning in to League 1 Ontario, it is the province's pro-am standards-based soccer league and is sanctioned by FIFA through the Domestic Authority of Canada Soccer and Ontario Soccer. Founded in 2014, League 1 enters its 8th season of play in 2022 with 20 teams in the Women's Premier Division and 22 teams in the Men's Premier Division. League 1 serves as the stepping stone between high-performance youth soccer and the fully professional levels of the game. Its primary focus is to showcase and development of Canada's future stars, and to that end, more than 150 players, male and female, have graduated from League 1 to professional levels of the game in Canada and across the globe. For more information, please visit League1Ontario.com. You can also find League 1 Ontario on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. As two teams get ready for their last second warm-ups here, let's look towards and introduce the starting lineups for these two teams, starting with the team in blue, the Blue Devils FC. They finished second in the regular season with a record of 14-2-5. They will be coached by Duncan Weil. In goal will be Lucas Bernstingel. His lineup in front of him will be Luka Frankovic, Shaq Lowe, Adam Tchaikovsky, Matthew Santos, Taha Ilyas, Mario McLennan, Cody Ellis, Brennan Duarte, Gianluca Spadafora, and Kyle Porter rounds out the starting 11. These two teams battled heads back in May. It was a 2-2 draw then. And we'll see if Vaughan Azzurri can complete their undefeated season here, as they'll be dressed in the white and red, coached by Patrice Geyser. His lineup will be in goal. Gianluca Catalano is in goal. He missed a month and a half and he's back here finishing off this regular season, and he'll look to be strong between the sticks today. His lineup in front of him will be Riley Ferrazzo, Raheem Rose, Justin Thomas, Massimo Ferrin, the co-Golden Boot winner, Jason Mills, Alejandro Portal Oliva, Daniel Gogarty, Dylan Carrero, Adrian Cagramanyan, and Cozy Norfornzo rounds out this starting 11. They, of course, finished undefeated during the regular season with a record of 18 wins and 3 draws. They're coming in on a tear right now. They're on a 12-game winning streak, as that last draw for them was back on June 21st against the Alliance United, which they tied 1-1. Who the Blue Devils defeated last weekend. It was a hard-fought 3-2 game, but a late goal from Taha Elias separated them and got them this place towards the finals. While Vaughan had a tough start, as Ethan Beckford got the scoring goal starting early there for Simcoe County, but 2 late goals coming in from Carrero and Benitez Hernandez gave the Azzurri the 2-1 victory, and that's how these two teams are battling it out here on the pitch today. Both these two clubs are 2-time League One Ontario champions, so it's also pride here. Who's going to be the first 3-time winner? As the teams get ready to take the field. Reminder, Vaughan is in the white and red. They'll be going from your left to your right on your screens at home. And the Blues are the Blue Devils FC, going from your right to your left. Referee for today's match is Ryan Schwenger. His assistant referees are Jason Viancourt and Twain Anderson. And the 4th official is Brian Butler. And we're underway here at the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan, Ontario. Again, it's a very hot one. Temperatures are above 30 degrees here, so expect some water breaks in between the game. But it's an early press coming here from the Blue Devils. This pushing in early is Elias, and he forces an early save there from Catalano, having to dive towards that near post, and he deflects aside a good early press. And just 10 seconds in, Elias showcasing why he's one of the toughest strikers in the league to deal with, and it's going to be a tough day for that Vaughan backline to deal with the presence of Elias. Players are lined up towards that far post. Just a single player, Ellis, standing in front of Catalano, trying to be a nuisance. This one will be crossing towards that far post over the head of everybody. And that will pop out the other side for a goal kick. These are two teams here with a lot of veteran names, not only in the starting 11, but on the bench. Blue Devils FC, of course, having a couple of names, players like Velastegui from the Metro Stars and Krzyminski, who got a national team call-up at one time as well. As we get some calls there from the Blue Devils looking for a foul onto Alice, but play will resume here as the battle between him and Porto Oliva continues, as Porto Oliva is getting forced around his goal line. He gets knocked down. That'll be a free kick right by that touchline, and Coach Wild upset, expecting a foul earlier on Porto Oliva onto Ellis earlier in that possession rush. Mills trying to find his teammate as some handball is being called there from Duarte. It's not going to be called, and here comes Vaughan coming in quickly the other way. Here comes the centering pass trying to find Alfonso, cleared away by Low, and it won't be a second opportunity as the Blue Devils FC defense will pass their way out of danger. Ellis down the line, and Elias is on the run. Elias one-on-one against Thomas. Cuts inside. There's a shot going for the far post. And it will take a deflection off of Thomas. And it's another corner kick for the Blue Devils. Early pressure coming in. And like I said, that's going to be the key battle. Who's going to be the one to shut down those strikers? Alfonso on one side and Elias the other way. And Elias proving a bit difficult here early, as Justin Thomas is going to have his hands full. Porter coming over to take the corner. Players are now set up around that penalty mark, as Elias is trying to push his way through. This one will go near post, headed aside though. But a second opportunity here for Porter to cross this one in. It's going to be another low drive cleared away by Keg Reminyan. Porto going hard with Carrero. And it's going to go in favor of the Blue Devils. Carrero thinking he got that one. Talking to the referee about that, but the referee's not hearing any of it, as this one's going to be thrown in quickly by the Blue Devils. As we get a foul call going in favor of the Azzurri, so they do get themselves the ball at the end of the day. And the referee's going to call it dead here as they try to play this one quick. Have a quick word with one of the Blue Devils players. I think A little frustrations there on the call. Might have said something, and the referee just having a quick word with them. So Vaughan will retake this free kick high in the air, trying to get towards Nafonso. Can't find him, but he'll be settled in here by Mills. Portoliva down to Rose. Rose is hustling to get to this one. He will get to it first, and he hits it on towards Nafonso. As trying to turn there was Carrero. He gets brought down from behind by McLennan. Referee wants a word with McLennan on this one. Looks like maybe just another warning. I'm not too sure if he was the player they talked to just a moment ago for referee Schwinger, but either way, it's a free kick here from good range. This could be one of those areas where you might consider going for goal here if you get enough power. But they are just going to chip it in towards Nafonso. He was the alone player inside that penalty area. It seemed like a little missed opportunity there for the Azzurri. But Ilyas screaming down. He's down the pitch and he's screaming right now saying his ankle. This is a terrible sight to see if you're the Blue Devils. And he's calling for the trainer right away is Ilyas. I think one of the Vaughan players, when they jumped for the air, fell on top of that ankle and they twisted it on the way down. And he is already calling for the training staff right away. So they're hoping Ilyas will be okay here. This Blue Devils FC squad has only had 2 losses so far this season against Electric City and Woodbridge, and they did have themselves a slow start with 4 draws in their first 6 games, but ever since then, this second half, they've just been on form, and you're seeing why here. We're led by that number 9. It's been a tough player here in this second half, and it looks like he's going to need some assistance to get off the field as well, Ilyas, and that's very concerning right now if you're Blue Devils FC. You do not want to be losing a player of that caliber, especially here in the finals so early, just the 6th minute into this first half. So temporarily the Blue Devils will be playing down to 10 men right now, as hopefully they can nurse him back to health as the play will be resumed all the way back to Bernstingle in goal. And they're going to try to waste as much time as they can to hopefully get Ilyas back in the game, as we'll keep an eye on him as he's getting attended to on the sidelines. High boot up in the air, headed away by Rose for a throw-in. Again, the Blue Devils just taking their time here. Frankovic on the throw, long throw up. Love seeing those. It's almost like a corner kick when you have someone with the ability like that. As this time will be settled by these areas. Guerrero will hit this one back towards the midfield as Porto Oliva has it. It's Gogarty, and a familiar face if you're the Blue Devils fans, Daniel Gogarty, as he gets a long ball at the field. It didn't look like Rose wasn't ready for that ball, and that will run its course all the way out for throwing, and they can look back as Frankovic just taking a see. Okay, is Ilyas okay? Nope. Slow it down even more as he's trying to walk it up from the sidelines right now. So he's on his feet, but he's still limping a little bit. But so Blue Devils continued with 10 men on the field, and it looks like he's giving the thumbs up, saying he's just going to try and play this one off. And he goes to the 4th official and shrugs, said, I'm going to try. So let's see, as here comes Vaughan, though. Still on the attack, though. Nice step. Good shot. Big save from Bernstingle. Massimo Farron, again, 23 goals. The co-Golden Boot winner, tied with Miles Green from Hamilton United. Getting a good effort there. And again, that's what you see with Vaughan. Anytime they get that little opportunity, have those sight lines onto goal, they're not afraid to take the shots, and they are able to put a good effort. But Bernstingle does well, reaching to his right to deflect that one aside. As here comes the corner kick. Tchaikovsky does well getting the first header, But it's a right back towards Vaughan possession as this one's going to get played towards the right side. And Gogarty tried to head it back into pressure. But he wasn't able to get much of that one as it goes out for a goal kick. Elias has found his way back onto the pitch, so we're at full strength now for both teams. 11 aside. No score here in this opening 9 minutes of this League One Ontario men's final, but this one has the makings of a thrilling one based on these opening few minutes. Agraminian Rose. Vaughan defense knocking around here as Thomas is going to look to carry this one up. Yeah, Blue Devils like to put a bit of a press on both. That Elias able to put that on. He's not able to do the press right now. Blue Devils are just holding their shape here in their own half, waiting for Vaughan to cross over that half. And here they go as there's a long ball played on that left side towards Farron. Farron is able to get in as he's going to try cut inside. He gets around McLennan. Farron touches it over. There's a shot. Blocked there from Carrero. Good effort. Rose might get a second opportunity here for Vaughan as he's trying to split between the two players as Blue Devils are calling for a handball, but that looked like the chest from here. Portoliva switching it back over towards Farron. Great touch from him. And he gets knocked down from behind. And it's going to end up being Blue Devils' ball. Farron not happy with that one. Felt like he got pushed from behind. And McLennan having some words with the referee there. Not too sure. Not sure what that one is about, as Bernstein, the captain for the Blue Devils, is coming over. Now it looks like from here, McLennan cut himself here, so he's going to have to come off the field and get himself cleaned up before he can get back on the field. So he's telling right now towards the bench. He got scratched in the face by Farron, so he's got a nice little cut there, as you can see on the screen at home. Nice little cut there on the face after that collision with Farron. So he's got to come off. So again, Blue Devils, although they just got back Elias on the field, they're returning themselves to 10 men on the field until McLennan can get himself cleaned up. Tough start for the Blue Devils, but they're fighting through. Good battle on the far side as Spatafor is going to hit this one down the line. And looking towards the referee there was Santos. Santos, I haven't seen him made a touch yet, but he got himself his first influence there, looking towards the referee for a call, but didn't get it. As Vaughan continues it with Kegraminyan. Ferrazzo. Carrero. Back to Ferrazzo. Calling for the switch there is Portoliva, and he will get it. He has Rose making a run down the line, but he'll play it around the midfield. Again, Blue Devils recognize, okay, we're down a player, and Elias can't do much. He's still limping out there. So you can really say it's just 9 players right now for Blue Devils on the defensive side. And they're going to keep utilizing the space as Carrero sees the run from Farron. That gets picked up. That took a deflection off of Lowe on the clearance, and Ellis does well to hit that one over his head on the initial clearance. But the attack still continues for Vaughan. Ferrazzo out wide for Farron. He has a Blue Devils player all over his back, but play still resumes here as he gets around Santos. Farron, some good footwork, leaves it back. Ferrazzo gets blocked. Second chance, though, still loose. And it finds its way out towards Mills, and Mills will look to reset. That left side being dangerous right now, and with no McLennan on the field, they're trying to target Farron right now. As Spatafor has dropped it in towards to cover him in the meantime. Kegraminyan. Carrero. He's looking to tee this one up. That one looked like it took a deflection. Yes, it did, and it'll go for a corner kick for the Azerti. Yeah, Coach Wild is telling Ilias, we're going to need you here on this corner. And he's going to come in for additional support. As coming back on the pitch, though, is McLennan. He's gotten the thumbs up, so back to full strength are the Blue Devils for this set piece. As if Ferrazzo playing it short, a little 1-2, but doesn't get a good return pass. He hustles well to keep that one in play. As he tries a left-footed cross, doesn't get much of that one. As here comes the Blue Devils trying to go quickly the other way as Ellis was the lone player up the field. Good job there from Ferrazzo, hustling back to help out his team, and he'll be able to resume control of the ball for Vaughan. Vaughan recognizing right now they have that time and space with Elias's injury. Going to continue to knock it around. They're not going to force it up until they see that avenue be clear. There's a player getting tripped up behind the play. The McLennan place so continues though as Nerfonso is able to get it. He passes this one off. Here's a shot. There's the goal! Jason Mills puts it into the top corner, and Vaughan gets the goal in the 15th minute. It seemed like the Blue Devils froze a little bit, expecting a foul to be called, as I think it was Farron who got tripped up on that left side. Nerfonso, though, does well to get that pass, spins around. And he finds Mills, and Mills drives that into the top corner. And Vaughan are doing what they've been doing all season long. Get themselves in an early advantage and continue to press, and they do so once again here, picking up that lead here in this League One Ontario men's final. 45 of their 76 goals this season have come in the first half. Very tough to score against as well in the first half as Vaughan. You look on those numbers, they've been a strong first half team against this Blue Devils team, who you could say very strong scoring in the second half. So Vaughan gotta have to keep putting the pressure here, and then let's see if the Blue Devils will be able to recover here. As here's that ball up towards Elias. He's gonna try and chest that one off towards Santos, and Santos won't be able to get to that one as it goes out for a throw-in. Not too sure what that idea was by throwing the ball high in the air and trying to move down the line there. A little sneaky play trying to be put in there by Vaughan to move down the line, but the referee ushers them back. As they try to throw that one in towards Nerfonso. He assisted on that goal as this ball was finding its way towards the near side for Rose. He has Nerfonso with him as Rose is trying to run its way over. He gets shielded aside by Frankovic, and the referee's going to call a foul there. I think it was on Spadafora there who was coming in. Got a little bit of the shoulder into that challenge, and the referee felt like it was a little bit too aggressive, and he'll call this one for a free kick. Blue Devils got to make sure. They're known as one of the most composed teams in League One Ontario, and they got to make sure they maintain that here. Porto Oliva yelling at Rose to come towards him, and he'll continue to pass the ball between himself and him, as this time they'll get it over towards Kankaremanyan as he'll switch it. Farron tripped up by Santos. Coach Geiser having a word here with the fourth official, Brian Butler, right now, saying Farron has been knocked over constantly so far. Got to be protecting him. He's wondering when the cards are going to be issued out. So that was the conversation heard right there between Vaughan coach and the fourth official as they get set up for this free kick. Pretzel runs down the line as he's going to lead this one in. Dangerous ball for Gogarty, and he just can't reach it. Great ball coming on that left flank. And Daniel Gogarty, the center back who made that run all the way up, just had that one out of his reach to tap that one into the far post. And it remains 1-0 here as we reach the 19th minute for Vaughan Azzurri over the Blue Devils FC. That one looked like a Blue Devils throw as it hit off the shoulder of Roselass, but the referee called otherwise here. So Vaughan will get himself a throw as there was a good battle on the ground as it's going to find its way towards Ellis. Ellis trying to play a little 1-2 with Duarte, and Duarte will be able to hit it towards Ilias. Offside, going to be called against Norfonso. Probably would have been a foul as well onto his challenge on Tchaikovsky. Either way, though, it's going to be a free kick. Both coaches starting to get a little bit frustrated here, but again, it's the amplification of being here in the final. It's an intense affair, and every challenge and every call, it will be looked upon. Again, these two teams faced off back in May. And it was Benitez Hernandez got the scoring early for Vaughan. Ilias responded in the first half, and then in the second half, it was Carrero gave Vaughan a 2-1 lead, but Ilias was able to respond again and in the second half, and that's what made it a 2-2 draw. But again, we saw Ilias how pushy and how aggressive he was in that first 5 minutes. He was all over the place, and ever since that ankle injury, you could just see has not been the same player out here. He's trying to play it out. Might be a consideration here, wondering, okay, is he still going to be useful here? Can he walk this one off? Mills, the goal scorer, he's going to play this one down the line for Farron. Farron has two players in front, finds Norfonso. Norfonso! Desperation challenge there from Tchaikovsky. Was just able to get it in the last moment. Norfonso holding his hands up to his head. Looked like he might have picked up an injury here. He hasn't got back onto his feet. He's holding onto his head right now. As it finally will get kicked out of play as they're going to take a look towards the injured Vaughan striker. And will that be both strikers on either side requiring medical attention as the referee is going to use this moment here, it looks like, to call for the water break between these two teams against a very hot day here in Vaughan, Ontario. So the medical staff taking a look towards Norfonso, and we'll be looking towards this water break as they'll give an opportunity here for both teams to talk with their coaches, work some strategy sessions out, and see what they can fix out for the rest of this first half. Today's League One Ontario broadcast is brought to you by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for League One Ontario. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted automotive high-performance brand. Sports Engine, bring your team together with Sports Engine HQ. Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight. Ontario Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire, and unite. And Canada Soccer, sign up for the new Canada Red fan membership program to get the inside check on national team tickets, exclusive merchandise, and more. As we take a look here towards Norfonso, he is walking under his own power on the sidelines right now, so it looks like he might be able to continue here as the referee Schwenger urges the people back on towards the field. And Norfonso, there you go, he's jogging it off. Looks like he'll be okay here as we get ready to resume play here in this first half. And a 15th minute, Jason Mills. Not one of the most expected scores. When you're looking at Vaughan, you're thinking, okay, fair, Norfonso. a Rose, Carrero, one of those guys. No, Jason Mills, the veteran, stepping up here in this League One Ontario Finals. As play will resume here with the throw-in back into the possession of Vaughan, and we are underway. Alfonso still getting some treatment there on the sideline, so Vaughan temporarily playing down one player right now. As the Blue Devils recognizing that, they're going to put some pressure in, and Catalano in goal is going to take his time to allow his striker to get back onto the field. High ball up, can't find Mills, as Duarte will have this one towards Ellis. Ellis to Ilyas. Leaves this one for Ellis. Ellis inside. This could be dangerous. Porter wasn't able to get much onto that one. He's asking for deflection, but didn't look like it. Now go for a goal kick. Kyle Porter getting himself a chance right there. Carrero. Ramignan. Razzo playing this one down the line, and Carrero's going to give chase. Will he be able to reach to it? Yes, he will. He's looking for some support right now as Alfonso is back onto the field. He's just been ushered back on. And Vaughan is back to full strength as they get themselves a throw in deep in Blue Devils territory as we look here. Great crowd here on hand on this Saturday afternoon. Cheering on at both teams. And again, a lot of neutral fans, I think, here as well. As Ferrazzo did well. Looked like he got all ball there as he clears that one aside. But again, great crowd here. To just neutral fans as well, seeing, okay, which of these teams will be battling it out against those Canadian Premier League teams or MLS teams in the Canadian Championships next year. As Porter picks this ball up. Leaves it for McLennan. McLennan's going to try to cross it through, headed away by Gogarty. Guerrero trying to lead a counterattack, but good hustle from McLennan. Gets himself back into position and will reset it with his Blue Devils defense. Besides Ilyas, who picked up 19 goals in this League One Ontario season, it's Matthew Santos, second on their team. As they're trying to find him right now is Santos. This is going to be a good battle as Catalano jumps over the Blue Devils player. And he gets himself a little bit shaken up here, slow to get back on his feet after trying to jump over Santos. Santos 7 goals on the season. And then you have Porter with 5 and Duarte with 4. So they might have to look towards those alternative options here today. As they get this ball towards Ilyas, let's see what he can do here. He's moving a lot better here, it is Ilyas. He's able to get the cross through. There's a side-footed volley, but can't hit the goal. Santos was the key player just a few years ago when they defeated Woodbridge in penalties back in 2017 as well. They did win the championship back in 2015, but Matthew Santos was that key player for them 5 years ago, which led them towards that crown. Maybe he'll be the player here today. That's a dangerous ball across the field, but it fortunately works out for Vaughan. Alfonso, he gets knocked down by Porter. The referee allows play to continue here as here comes Ellis. Ellis cuts inside. Leaves this for Santos, and he doesn't get much onto that. A miss hit there from Santos, and the Blue Devils are starting to wake up a little bit, though. And the crowd is urging them on right now, knowing, okay, the momentum is shifting. Let's get them going. Let's keep the energy. As here comes Ellis once again. Ellis, he's been that focal point right now. A lot of the plays been through Ellis. He's giving himself a little bit of a breather right now. But he's done a very good job on this near side of the field, creating opportunities and making some important runs. Dougherty back towards Thomas. And he'll play this one long to get it down to the run of Farron, who will be able to get to that one. Man, I love the long distance passing the Vaughan has as Farron does a good footwork, touches it back. Key block there by Tchaikovsky. Very close to a second goal there for Vaughan. And here they continue on to attack as Carrero has it. Plays it through for Porto Oliva, touches it back. Nafonso puts it home! A great run from Alejandro Porto Oliva. And he sees that pass from Carrero, touches it from the goal, and Cozy Nafonso is able to tap it home. And in 15th minute and now half an hour in, equal intervals. It's Cozy Nafonso giving the Vaughan Azzurri a 2-0 lead, and we were just talking about how the momentum was starting to shift towards the Blue Devils, and just one key attack the other way. And Vaughan is able to make the Blue Devils pay for it, and that's a huge second goal. Vaughan has not given up many 2-goal games all season. And it's going to be a tough task for these Blue Devils, but with 15 minutes left to go, it's one of those games and halves where, okay, look to get one back. If we get one back before the break, we're able to get themselves back into the game, and that's going to be the objective here for the Blue Devils, as Catalano will play that one high and out of play. I was commenting those great long-distance passing from the Azzurri to create that opportunity, and Porto Oliva recognizing the space down the line. Great vision from him as we get a clearance there for a corner kick for the Blue Devils. Great vision from him just to make that run down the line and then recognize Nafonso wide open in front of goal for that tap, and beautiful plays from Vaughan. As here comes Porter ready to set up for this corner kick. Comes the quarter. Nicely won in the air by Lowe, but he can't get his header onto the net. He goes for a goal kick. And Gianluca Catalano, the goalkeeper for Vaughan, missed over a month of the Ligue 1 Ontario season, as Christian Calabro has actually played the majority of the games so far this season for Ligue 1 Ontario, but Catalano in there today for Vaughan, holding down the fort here, and he might get himself busy here once again with the Blue Devils onto the attack with Ellis. Porto. Duarte, nice pass down the line for Ellis. Ellis, first time though on the cross, can't get it over the head of Thomas. Frankovic trying to put some pressure in, but Rose does well to go down the line initially, but he gets himself shouldered off the ball and it goes up for a throw in, and Frankovic does well to throw this one in quickly as Duarte falls down onto the turf, and Rose not happy with that one, saying it was about the same type of foul he just had against him a moment ago, he's arguing. Porter set up in a great position. This is one of those where you want to aim towards the edge of the goal area. You get that one into that area. It's just enough far away for the keeper not to be able to get to it, and enough space for your strikers to run on. As here comes another low drive from Porter. He's got to get a little bit of height onto his kicks. As Santos will look to cross this one in. Finds a player there, and Elias falls down, but play still continues here. No argument from him as Porter tries to drive his way in towards the middle. Finds a player here, and it'll be Tchaikovsky. That shot hits off the chest of Thomas. He took that one right off the body. Sam Tchaikovsky tried a shot there from distance, and he's staying up the pitch. Said, okay, we're still on the attack. He's not running back just yet. And now he will hustle to get back here as Vaughan will pick up the ball, and they're going to try to go quickly, but Lowe is there to clear this one aside and allow his teammates to get back into position. Ferrazzo on the throw. As he gets knocked down to Ferrazzo, but the referee waves advantage as Farron continues it with Mills. Ferrazzo down onto the turf still. His teammates will be playing with the ball around, and Farron will be kicking it out so the referee can take a look towards the injured player, Riley Ferrazzo. And he's calling for the training staff. He'll get another breather here. So it's reached the 35th minute here in this League One Ontario men's final. It is 2-0 for Vaughan 30. Jason Mills and Cozy Nafonso with the goals. Taha Elias picked up an early injury for the Blue Devils, and he's still limping around here on the field, trying to walk off the ankle injury. And we'll see if Ferrazzo will be able to get back onto his feet. Get some encouragement from the crowd, making a chant here, trying to make some noise to urge them back onto their feet. He's able to get back on his feet on a little bit under his own power, which is always a good sight to see. As this Vaughan team, they won back in 2016, defeating FC London. And then in 2018, against the Woodbridge Strikers, I had the call on that one. I remember that as now York United player Austin Ricci was able to pick up 2 goals in that final. Rose gonna make a run down the line, and there goes that long ball up. And this time, Frankovic will be able to get to this one first. He tries to play that one down the line, can't find his player though, Spadafora, and I'll go out for a throw in for Mills. Mills gonna leave this one for his teammate though. Porto Oliva, the man who set up that second goal, made that beautiful run to get that second goal. Thomas to Rose. Has Mills running down the line, but he's going to choose to take it through the middle. As he finds the man in Carrero, who was cutting inside, but that bounces off his foot. And Carrero gives a thumbs up towards Rose for the good heads-up play as it goes out for a goal kick. Coach Wild right now urging the forwards. Let's get one before the half. Gotta get one before the half. Looks like Santos and Ellis have switched sides. See if Santos can make something happen on this left wing. Hasn't had many opportunities yet on this left side. Ellis has been making a lot of the magic happen. So see if he can do so here on the right side. Going against Ferrazzo, who looks to be okay right now. As Ellis puts him down onto the turf, and here's this cross. Gets cleared aside by Kagaramanyan for a corner kick, but Ellis's footwork gets a nice round of applause. As he had Ferrazzo on his heels. Blue Devils fans trying to stomp on the bleachers right now to make some noise. As here comes the cross, and this is a dangerous one. And they will get a first head onto this one again, but not onto goal. I think it was Tchaikovsky who got the touch onto that one. Those center backs getting themselves on the ends of these set pieces from Porter right now. And once they are able to connect it onto goal, it can be very difficult for Catalano to keep it out. So Vaughan's defense got to keep an eye on these set pieces right now. Porter, who's starting to find his form now on those set pieces as he's starting to get a few extra touches. he starts to get them continually in a smart area, it's going to be tough for Vaughan to keep it out against those tall Blue Devils defensive players. Afonso is trying to push his way through, and Loldo will find the ball on his feet as he'll get it over towards McLennan, who tries to clear it away, but Vaughan will resume the attack, but McLennan once again wins it back for Blue Devils, and they're going to try to urge themselves quickly the other way with Duarte. Afonso trying to hustle back as the striker, and looks like he took down a player there, but attack still continues here as they'll go out for a corner kick. And Coach Wild yelling right now, wondering if Nafonso should be getting a yellow card for that one. But I think that was one of those opportunities where he was just trying to get the smart foul and allow his teammates to get back into position. But they'll get themselves a corner kick to the Blue Devils. And like we were just saying a couple minutes ago, starting to become a little bit dangerous here on these corners. Ball from Porter. Tchaikovsky got the head on that, but it's going to be a foul. Not sure. I think it was against Elias there. Might have held back a player there. That'll be called back for a free kick for the push. Referee urging the Vaughan players to hurry up to take the kick. So that's their one warning here on delay of game. As the Blue Devils players weren't happy with that ball getting cleared away after that foul call. The Spadafora goes high in the air to win it. He thought he's got himself a free kick as the battles continue in the air, and it's going to be Vaughan who comes out with it as Rose is going to place one in towards Alfonso. Bernsingle comes a little bit late off the line. And it's a late call, but it looks like, yes, they're going to give it. It's a penalty kick for Vaughan. And Spadafora upset that there was no call being put here earlier. He's arguing with that one. Bernsingle is arguing he didn't put a hand towards Alfonso, and it's tough from this angle here. It's hard to tell if he got a hand onto him or not. There's a delay on that one as referee Schwenger was looking towards this assistant referee, Vinecourt. And Vinecourt put up the flag, said yes, it was, and it's going to be a penalty. And Rose did well to win that ball, played it through Alfonso, and Bernsingle, he just got late coming off his line there. It looked like he just hesitated a little bit when he did come out. That's all it takes from a goalkeeper, if you just hesitate that little bit. And he did come out. If he might have come that little split second earlier, he might have been able to get to that ball first. And it will be Massimo Farron. 23 goals in the League One Ontario season. Penalties, few are in there as well. Sets up. No problem. Massimo Farron gives a huge 3-0 lead for Vaughan, Missouri over the Blue Devils. And this is going to be a tough one for the Blue Devils to try and see if they can find themselves a way back into it. As Massimo Farron picks up a huge third goal, and that gives a little bit of breathing room for the Missouri over the Blue Devils right before the end of this first half. And we're going to have to see in the second half, the Blue Devils might have to put on some extra attackers on and go full out. Try and see if they can get themselves an opportunity here. But with a few minutes left and stoppage time, again, it's one of those get one. Right away, Wild saying, okay, you got it. Coach Wild yelling at the Blue Devils players, got to step up now, be more aggressive. This is not the way they wanted this League One Ontario Finals to go. As a lot of questions before this game for the Missouri was, have they really been challenged? Yes, they're undefeated, but yes, they have a couple ties against teams in that playoff battle. And Stockholm, that's a hard challenge there from Spadafora. And he will be the first player to enter the book here. As in the 44th minute, Spadafora will pick up a yellow card for that sliding challenge. Carrero and Santos having some words with each other right now outside of the play, keeping an eye on that as they take a look at towards the player Mills, who's down on the turf. It's like Mills was going to be okay. He's getting up to his feet, and he's just going to have to come off to the sidelines here momentarily before resuming play here. Nope. Nope, looks like he's actually going to be able to continue here. No problem. Maybe just a little bit winded after that one. Just needed a few seconds, but he's going to be good here as play resumes. These final few minutes as we take a look towards the fourth official here shortly on the additional time. And I think with the water break and the plethora of injuries we've had in this first half. As some great passing in. Nafonso, he's onside. He's going to chip it in, and it's another one! Cozy Nafonso stays onside and chips it over the goalkeeper. And Vaughan taking full control of this League One Ontario final, as they have already fully grasped, I would say one hand already is on that trophy there. Some quick passing in Nafonso and just calm and composed. That's been the key thing for Vaughan this entire season. Quick, calm, and composed finishing. You give them the chances, and they've been taking them every single time. And, yeah, I don't think anybody expected this for the final. But at the end of the day, it's Vaughan 4, Blue Devils 0. And considering how aggressive the Blue Devils started, the game just shifted once Elias had that ankle injury. The game really shifted. And he hasn't been the same force as he was in those opening minutes, and that just changed the game drastically. But here comes Porter. Porter trying to drive his way forward, and good job there from Ferrazzo. Has the ball bounce off of the foot of Porter. Last it goes out for a goal kick. As I missed the indication from the fourth official on the additional time, and I haven't heard it over the PA yet. But I would assume it'd be at least a good 4 or 5 minutes, I would assume. Low hits this one high in the air. Low comes jumping in there, and he's able to win it, but it falls right back to the foot of Rose. Carrero loses that ball under his feet, and Santos is going to hit this one first time up the field. And again, you can just see it with Elias. He doesn't have the speed to be able to continue. That ankle really bothering him, as Catalano going to put this one down the line. Shoulder battle going in there, and Frankovic does well to win it back. This could be something here for Santos. He tries a shot blocked by Thomas. The second opportunity is Frankovic backhills it. Duarte tries to cross it in. Thomas hits this one high in the air, and Mills is camped under it as he'll head this one as far as Spadafora. McClendon high in the air, can't find one of his players. The second opportunity is Spadafora out wide for Santos. Santos low drive, and Kagraminian does well, sliding his leg out to block that one, and it's another corner kick. And Blue Devils have done a good job winning these corner kicks, getting themselves in positions for these set piece opportunities. Just got to capitalize on them. Will this be their opportunity? This one gets crossed in. Tchaikovsky gets the first header. Second one, Catalano might have got a piece onto that one, and it finally gets cleared away by Porto Oliva. Spadafora trying to cross this one right back in towards Porter. And a little miscommunication between Porter and Elias. Elias expecting Porter to get to that one, and it goes by both of them, and that allows Vaughan to clear it away as far as McLennan. Porter out wide towards Santos. Comes across from Santos. Finds Elias. There's Elias! There's one! That's what they needed right before the halftime break. Taha Elias gets one back for the Blue Devils FC, and it's not done yet. I would have said if it was going to be 4-0 to the half, it probably would be done, but 4-1, there's some life. Some life right here for the Blue Devils FC, and that's what Elias has been doing all season long. Great touch from him, and he fires a bullet towards that bottom corner past the outstretched arms of Catalano. As Nafonso likely will be offside there, so he's going to allow this one to run. If Blue Devils can come out firing starting at the second half, can't say it's done yet here, folks, in this League One Ontario men's final, as Vaughan Missouri now lead 4-1 over the Blue Devils FC. As we go towards the halftime break, folks, and what's been an exhilarating first half. Vaughan Missouri getting things happening early with Jason Mills. Nafonso gets 2 goals, and Massimo Farron gets one more on the penalty mark. But Taha Elias is able to bring one back just in time. As we go in towards the halftime break, it's going to be Vaughan Missouri 4, Blue Devils FC 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. Second half action coming up next. And welcome back, everyone, to the Ontario Soccer Center here on this hot Saturday afternoon here in Vaughan, Ontario, as we get set up for the second half of play in this League One Ontario Men's Finals, as Vaughan, Missouri lead 4-1 over Blue Devils FC. Couple halftime substitutions for Blue Devils FC. Coming out of the game are Kyle Porter and Mario McLennan. Entering the match for Blue Devils are David Velastegui and Marcus Riviere. So an extra attacker. So you're down by 3. Extra attackers are the key right now for Blue Devils, and they're making the changes. So won't be surprised to see 3 at the back now as we are underway with the second half of play. This League One Ontario men's final, as it is Martin Ohms here on the commentary. Teams have switched sides, so on the white and red, going from your right to your left on your screens at home are Vaughan, and in the all blue are the Blue Devils, going from your left to your right. Goals from Jason Mills, 2 from Cozy Nafonso, and Massimo Ferrin have the goals for the Azzurri, and Taha Ilyas was able to pick up 1 just before the halftime whistle to give the Blue Devils a chance here in the second half. Here comes Elias. He's able to chip this forward, and Ellis is going on a run right now. Ellis trying to win this one over on that far side of the field, and good job there from Porto Oliva, able to get this one down the line as Kagremanian is going to hit this forward, and this is going to leave some opportunities here. As on the left side is Farron, and he's wide open to get this pass. Lowe shifted over to cut him off, but he's going to get in, and he fires another shot, but Bernstingle is able to get this one a good medium-sized shot there. A very comfortable save for the Blue Devils keeper. That's a corner kick for Missouri. This will be their 3rd corner kick of the game. They had 2 in the first half compared to the Blue Devils' 6. And shots on goal were 5-2 in favor of Vaughan in that first half. 8-7 are the shot counts total. Comes the corner kick. It's going to continue to bounce around, and Thomas tries to put this one in. He can't get much onto it as Mills is able to pick this one up. Good pass from Mills, finds Thomas. Lead for Nafonso, taps it home. A perfect start here for Vaughan Azzurri. But it started out with a great play from Mills. Sends it in towards Justin Thomas. And Thomas with a perfect low-driven pass. And Nafonso picks up his 3rd of the game. And it's a hat-trick for Nafonso. And he increases Vaughan Azzurri's lead to 5-1. Nafonso, that would be... He scored 16 goals in 16 games in League One Ontario season. I think if he played the entire season, he had a chance to fight for that goal in boot race. But 3 goals for the Azzurri striker. And a perfect dream start for the Azzurri. And they can now start to breathe a little bit easier here. So Blue Devils going to try and see if they can fight right back, though. And see if they can find themselves some opportunity. We've seen some crazy comebacks happen. Was this one a little bit too much out of reach? Can't say for sure just yet. But if you're feeling comfortable, as Catalano will be hitting this one into the midfield. Rose having his arms up. And no call there given on either end as play continues on the far side for Ellis. Nice move! Duarte trying to respond. And nice save from Catalano. Duarte getting close right there as they try again. Another opportunity to cross and clear to the side of Spatafora. Down to the right side for Santos. Santos tries to set it in towards Riviere. Can't find him as they're going to continue to push here as Santos. There's Riviere. Riviere gets brought down on the edge, but Santos gets an opportunity on the cross, gets blocked there by Ferrazzo, and it goes out for a throw-in. Velastegui trying to put this one inside is Velastegui, and he's going to get called for a free kick. Santos not happy with that one either, letting the referee know, saying they're just going to keep, he said to David Velastegui, they're just going to keep falling, was the word he said to him as Vaughan gets set up for this free kick. Fogarty going to hit this one high and long to nobody. And it goes for a throw in here for Blue Devils. And Blue Devils having to switch their formation to try and fight back. 3 at the back. So they're bringing everything forward. But they are down by 4. There's Rose. Ellis does well to fight back to win this one. Here comes Ellis. Rose trying to win it right back off of him. And those two continue to battle on the edge of the penalty area. And finally, Porto Oliva will be the player to come out with this one. He gets pickpocketed. There's a chance here. Dort to Santos. Oh, not a good first touch for Santos, and he slips, trying to cut back towards his left. Santos got to be taking that one first time, in my opinion. He had it set up for him perfectly there. Good pass, though, from Duarte to create that. And Ellis on the hustle to start that opportunity, but it continues here with Velastegui. Outside towards Ellis. Ellis, his cross gets blocked. Another opportunity there. That shot gets blocked by Thomas. And it goes outside. It's basically how the second half is going to go for you folks at home. Blue Devils brought on some extra attacking players here. Trying to do whatever they can. Vaughan's going to just hold on, feeling themselves comfortable here. Don't make too many mistakes. And ride this one out and get them on the counterattack. And here's one of those opportunities on the counters. Petrikowski does well. Win his team a free kick and shut down that counterattack opportunity for Nafornzo. Switch towards the near side of the field for Santos. Santos, good ball in for Ilias. Hits the side netting. That's a good look there from Santos. And again, as you see on the screen, he's still hobbling on that ankle a little bit there. It's Taha Ilias, but he's giving it all here for the Blue Devils. And you can't fault him for that. He's giving whatever he has left, knowing, okay, last game of the season, let's fight it off. As a recap here, the Blue Devils were able to get through Alliance United 3-2 in their semi-final, while Vaughan took down Simcoe County Rovers, who had themselves a great inaugural season. 2-1 victory there for Vaughan in that one. Both these two clubs are fighting to become the first 3-time League One Ontario champion, as Alice gets called for having his arm around the Vaughan player. And Alice and Kagraminian passing the ball back and forward to see who could put that ball into the correct spot here for the set piece. Here comes the ball high in the air for Lowe. Lowe does well to win that one. This is going to spread in for Duarte. Velastegui. Back for Spadafora, the lone player who entered the referee's book with a yellow card for a slide tackle challenge in that first half. No other cards given by referee Schwinger so far. Nice little 1-2, and Duarte is going to leave this one for Ilias. Back outside as this one's going to get crossing for Riviere, but too far ahead. And Catalano will watch that one go out for a goal kick. Coach Geyser for Vaughan right now urging the players, let's play with it a little bit, to allowing Blue Devils to play with the ball a little bit too much. As this team from Oakville, again, trying to find this way back into this game. As the clock continues to tick, their chances continue to get slimmer and slimmer. Santos upset with his pass right there. And he goes right towards the Vaughan possession. They're going to come urging themselves the other way quickly with Rose. Rose gets a little trip there, but he's able to continue on his run as Rose. He isn't able to get much under that shot, and Carrero putting his hands out saying, come on, you had other teammates here to pass the ball to. As Elias tries to keep that one in play, doesn't succeed, and it's going to be a throw-in for Vaughan. Vaughan right now just relaxing a little bit, recognizing, well, we don't have to get the ball. We're not in a rush, so the Blue Devils players are rushing to get the ball back in play. Servier with some fresh legs, put some pressure towards Catalano, and he doesn't get a good clearance there, as the Blue Devils will pick up possession. Here's Lowe. He's going to try and cross this one in towards Elias, but there is Thomas. Thomas, who just set up that 5th goal. Nice assist from him. As they try to make a move down the left side for Frankovic. But his pass gets blocked, and Frankovic trying to hustle back to win the ball, and he succeeds. Good job there from Frankovic. Frankovic tried to play that one out wide towards Ellis, has that one roll off of his foot, and he tries to jump in and win it back. Rozo evades that challenge, but his pass goes right towards Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky putting his arms out, expecting a call there. Play continues here, and here comes Vaughan the other way. Even 4-on-4 in attack now for Vaughan. Farron. Carrero to his left. Carrero try to chip it forward. See if he can catch the goalkeeper and the defenders loose, but Ferrazzo with some good footwork. Narfonso leaves it back for Ferrazzo! And Bernson just gets enough. Riley Ferrazzo can't believe it, rolls on the turf, and he's just like, unbelievable. I made a great run there. Was able to split through 3 Blue Devils players, play a beautiful 1-2. And Bernstein just got enough of that one to steer it wide of the goal. And although the chances were slim, if Ferrazzo was able to put that one in, you would call the curtains on this match. Comes a corner kick. Good hands there from Bernstein, able to get to it before Thomas. And he's going to get this ball up quickly in the air. As Kangramanian does well to win that one in the air before Riviere. Barron wins his team a free kick, and Gogarty will return this one back into play. Nice move from Porto Oliva as he switches it towards his near side for Mills. Mills got the first goal, and the action started here for the Azure. And not one of the most expected scores, but he came in clutch when they needed and gave this team the momentum. Bernstein is going to hit this one long. Nice control there from Porto Oliva. As Farron is asking for the ball in the switch, and it's going to be a foot race here between him and Bernstein will comes out of his goal, and we'll get to that one first as he clears that one out of the pitch for a throw-in. Reminder, the winner of this game does get to participate themselves in the 2023 Canadian Championship, be the League One Ontario representative, get that opportunity to play against the CPL clubs or an MLS club as well, which is a big thing here for this Vaughan team as Farron tries to turn and he takes down low for a free kick. And Duarte giving a push towards Farron, and Farron having a little bit of a laugh after that, telling them he's in his head. Spadafora on the cross. Here comes Ellis! And it just enough from Catalano. He got the diving leg out, got a piece of that, and Ellis watches it hit off the crossbar and out for a corner kick. And that was the chance there for the Blue Devils. They wanted to get themselves any type of opportunity. Ellis had to put that one in there, and Catalano going huge there. And you got to think about these opportunities if you're a Blue Devils thinking back, okay, we had our chances, we had our opportunities. We got to make full use of them. And here comes Duarte. His shot, though, gets blocked. And Riviera's hustling to get this one. He leaves this one to go up for a throw-in instead, and he'll throw this one back towards Spadafora. Spadafora, though, doesn't have a good touch onto him as it bounces off his foot and out for a throw-in, and Vaughan evades that oncoming pressure from the Blue Devils. And sometimes you can think, you got yourself a nice, comfortable lead. You get a little bit relaxed back there. And these far post runs we're seeing from Ellis right now, catching Vaughan, sleeping a little bit. They're starting to get a little bit comfortable in the field. Coach Geiser right now having the word with the assistants. They can hear about that, actually, what they should be doing to change things. But here they come the other way. It's going to be offside, though, for Rose. Good save regardless for Bernstengel. And Afonso was eyeing that one ready to get put in, but Rose will get called back for the offside. High boot. Rivera can't win it, but there it is. Elias able to get a touch onto that one as Ferrazzo hits this one high in the air. Rivera will hit this one outside towards Santos. Santos left-footed cross finds Riviere. Tries to bring this one down. He can't settle it. And Vaughan will be able to get this ball up the field with Mills. Here's Farron. Little 1-2, but good foot there. Strong play from Tchaikovsky. Doesn't allow them to go any further. As the Blue Devils try to go quickly on the away. We're going to see a lot of end-to-end right now. The midfield is just stretched on both teams as Ellis is pushing his way through. And finally gets poked away from him for another corner kick. As here comes substitutions coming in for... They're going to have substitutions happening, but their coaching staff for the Blue Devils said no, after the corner kick. So it looks like we're having players getting ready to come in here. 2 players coming ready for the Blue Devils in single substitution here for Vaughan. Orlandis Benitez Hernandez ready to come in for Vaughan. He's been a super sub of a sort for the Missouri. Picked up 5 goals so far this season, as well as the all-important winning goal for the Missouri to take them into this finals. So coming out of the game, Gianluca Spadafora comes out. Coming into the game is Navid Rahman. Shaq Lowe finds his way out of the game, and Patrick Periel comes into the game. And Orlandis Benitez Hernandez into the game, and he'll take out the triple goal scorer, Cozy Nafornzo, who's done his job picking up 3 goals. And And coming out, last substitution is Cody Ellis, and Cody Ellis doesn't look to be pleased with this one, putting his arms out right now. Felt like he had more to give, did Ellis. So not happy with this one, and Michael Krzyminski is into the game. So Ellis having some frustrations right now, having a chat with the coaching staff about that, being substituted off. But in these opportunities, you gotta find the spark if you're the Blue Devils. The clock is ticking, 25 to go. See if any of these fresh legs can see if they can prove to be the difference. And there's Elias passing it off towards Santos. Santos crossing this one in, and Gogarty does miss it. And no one's there on the far post to tap that one in. And it goes out for a goal kick. And coming in on a hot streak right now, 12 games consecutive right now that Vaughan has won coming into this game. Their last draw was back in June. Fully deserved right now, looking to put the final stomping point on an undefeated season. One of the most difficult things to do in pro football. As there is Benitez Hernandez bringing down Duarte from behind, and they're going to resume play here quickly with Krzyminski, who tries to play this one down the line, and he can't find Riviere, and there's Benitez Hernandez putting it in towards Carrera. Benitez Hernandez asking for that ball right back, and Tchaikovsky will just stand in his way and make sure he can't get to that ball. As the Blue Devils will slow down this play here with Duarte, who looks to have dropped back with Periel. There's the long ball. Great ball in. Riviere will be onside, and he's behind the defense. Can he do something with this? No. Thomas recognizing that was going to be a pass and gets it out. And Mills will get himself a yellow card for this one, as that ball was going out of play and punching that ball over the bench. Did it Jason Mills. And he's going to be the first Vaughan Missouri player in the 67th minute to enter the book. Periel. Tchaikovsky looking to switch this one over. Frankovic. Santos, good ball from him. He's going to allow Frankovic to run in, but can't slow down the ball enough as he overruns it. And that's going to allow Rose to hit this one down the line. And he'll hit off the body of Tchaikovsky, last and out for a throw-in. Today's League One Ontario broadcast is brought to you by Gatorade, Rehydrate, Replenish, Refuel. Derby Star, the official ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball for League One Ontario. Macron, work hard, play harder. Vibrant Performance, Canada's most trusted automotive high-performance brand. As Ferrazzo is going to play this one in towards Carrero. He hits it off the post. As Carrero had a wide open lane up the middle. And Riley Ferrazzo played a perfect ball in towards the skipper. And he just hits that one off the post and out. And the Blue Devils right now, the backline, they look defeated. Vaughan Missouri players, they look comfortable. They seem like they have more energy to give right now. And with this lead, obviously they feel in a great situation to run this things out. But if you're the Blue Devils, you just can't give up hope. That's the last thing you want to be able to do here. Give it all you can towards the 90. Here's Mills. Continuing to knock it around as it goes towards Gogarty, and Riviere There's the high hustle we like to see. He's not giving up right now. He's urging the rest of the team, come on, help me out on this press. And they do force a long ball up the field, and Blue Devils will get the ball here with Krzyminski. Trying to find Elias, blocked there by Gogarty. Another cross opportunity here for Elias, but his header does go over the goal. As here comes another substitution upcoming here for Vaughan. And it'll be Riley Ferrazzo coming out. And Joshua Mills will be the player coming into the game. As both teams are going to go right now for a water break here. Again, a very hot, humid Saturday afternoon here in Vaughan, Ontario at the Ontario Soccer Centre for this League One Ontario men's final. With just under 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, it is Vaughan Azzurri 5, Blue Devils FC 1. It's just been one of those games where, starting out early, the Blue Devils came out firing. They had a lot of momentum, and just a 50-50 ball in the air, and Ta Elias fell down awkwardly on his ankle, and it really changed the tides, I feel, in this game, and allowed Vaughan to have much more possession and play in their back line to move the ball around, and they utilized that to their fullest extreme, finding perfect balls to move up the field. And it led to some key goals from Mills, Farron, and Nafonso. Water break is completed, and the players get ready to return themselves back on the field here for this goal kick. So Joshua Mills and Jason Mills are on the pitch now for Vaughan. So we might separate them for you guys at home to avoid any confusion. Just call them by the first name. As we resume play here with this goal kick, as Krzyminski does well to win this one in the air. Negraminyan, Benitez Hernandez, over to Rose, as I think Benitez Hernandez would have been offside there if that through ball got towards him, as Blue Devils try to go the other way, as Elias is not able to control it. Here's Jason Mills. Now Joshua Mills. And towards Gogarty, and I like this from Vaughan. You don't have to force it, just got to keep the possession here. And Duarte coming up holding his calf there, and he's saying he's okay. Looked like he twisted his calf there, so referee blew it dead here quickly. Duarte just giving the thumbs up there as Duarte continues to hold on to his calf. Play will resume here with a long ball up the field onto the run of Benitez Hernandez. And he's going to do well, and he goes down inside the penalty area from that challenge from Frankovic, the referee not having any of that. The Vaughan fans clearly thinking that was a penalty. The assistant referee, Anderson, was right there. He had the best look on this one, didn't raise a flag. So play resumes here as that through ball is too far away for Riviere. Touching towards the middle. A little ping pong back and forth, and it finds towards the foot of Velastegui, who fires it over the goal. So that ball played a nice little ping pong between Kegremine and Carrero, back and forth. Krasinski wins this one in the air, right towards Joshua Mills, and they'll play a little 1-2. Jason finds Joshua, and here comes Joshua with some space on the left side. Joshua centering it, had two white jerseys there, but hustling back was Frankovic, able to clear that one aside before any of the two players on the attacking side for the Azzurri were able to get to that. "15 minutes plus stoppage time for Vaughan Azzurri to be the first three-time League One Ontario champions, after picking up the championships in 2016 and 2018. Obviously, last year's winner, Guelph United, were in a comfortable position in a playoff spot come the last few weeks of the season. A couple dropped points there, found themselves on the outside looking in. So the defending champion didn't even make it towards the playoff rounds. Imperial. Duarte, Imperial, back and forth. And a little miscommunication as Frankovic can't find Santos with that pass, and Santos will chase after the ball before this one gets thrown back in. But again, bleachers full of fans here and people standing on the sidelines along the fence as well, and a full crowd here and for this League One Ontario men's final. You'd love to see that here on this Saturday afternoon, as the Blue Devils trying to see if they can get themselves one more here on the score sheet. That cross there gets a puck there from Thomas. Thomas has done a great job in the back line. He's read the play very well. Has some great vision. There's Justin Thomas. Raman. Krasinski. He tries a shot, but it gets caught there from Catalano. Michael Krasinski had a good look there, brought it towards that left. Just didn't get enough power onto that one, but if you get that one on goal, always a good feat there to test the keeper. There's a good battle there on the far side as Frankovic will shove off the attacker, give his team some space. Rahman. Perio. Tchaikovsky on the hands and knees there, watching that pass one go through him. Trying to save his breath. Again, it's the heat. Heat and humidity are starting to play a factor here into this one. The play is starting to slow down a little bit, as there's a hard challenge coming in from Carrero, and he will get himself a yellow card. No argument there, as he'll help Krasinski get back up onto his feet. And the Vaughan captain calling for a substitution as well right now. He's going to go down on the turf. And he's telling his coaching staff he's done. So the training staff will come out to take a look at the Vaughan skipper, as we like to thank additional partners for today's broadcast. Without their support, this match would not be possible. Sports Engine, bring your team together with Sports Engine HQ. Canadian Premier League, where Canadian soccer takes flight. Ontario Soccer, encouraging us all to play, inspire, and unite. And Canada Soccer, sign up for the new Canada Red fan membership program to get the inside check on national team tickets, exclusive merchandise, and more. As Riviere, who was subbed on at the beginning of the half, he gets subbed out, and Mateus Mello now into the game. And Jayton Pabla will be entering the game, and Pabla will be taking out Carrero. Guerrero finishes the day with the yellow card, and Pablo will come onto the field here. So Riviere put in a shift of 30 minutes there, and he gets taken out here for another player, Mello, looking to try and see if he can get himself a goal for the Blue Devils as we get set for this set piece. Stegui, nicely won in the air by Tchaikovsky, but Catalano makes the catch once again. Tchaikovsky a little bit slow there to get back onto his feet as Pablo, the newly introduced player, fell on top of him after that header. As the Vaughan players are going to make a good usage of the water bottle behind the goal here to save some time as we get ready to resume play here in this final 10 minutes. As well, entering the game there, fighting for the ball there for the Blue Devils is Dre Neptune. He's also entered the game there during that injury. As there are some arguments there for offside against Rose, but not getting called there. And it's going to be a corner kick for Vaughan instead. So Dre Neptune is also into the game. I believe he replaced Frankovic just based off of position. Confirm that for you guys in a moment here. I believe it was Luka Frankovic who's out of the game, and Neptune now in for the Blue Devils. Vaughan going to play this one short. Has some good footwork. Gets him right in front of the Vaughan youth teams. They like that footwork right there from Thomas. Check that was Benitez Hernandez who gets the approval there of the crowd. But here comes Velastegui the other way now for the Blue Devils. Rahman plays his pass, but behind Elias. And it's going to be a relax here for Thomas to work this ball out of their own half as Jason Mills, who's taken over the armband, will give it back towards Joshua. Joshua Mills. Bogarty. Good job there from Jason Mills. Fights off Mello. And he gives himself some space as Mills. As there's a good challenge there. A good no call there, I think, from the referee. And Mello now comes the other way. Can't find Duarte, and Mello gets himself a second opportunity. Krzeminski. There's a challenge there from Pablo. And Krzeminski gets taken out from behind once again. He's been a gluten for these slide tackles, as Krzeminski. And he's able to get himself another yellow card for the opponents as Jayton Pablo, the newly introduced player, picks up a yellow card. So free kick opportunity upcoming here for Velastegui. Velastegui's asking for space here. To get set up for this cross. Headed away by Thomas. Mello trying to reach this ball first, but Rose will be able to poke it free away from him. And the Blue Devils get themselves a throw-in. Going in towards this halftime, it was a 4-1 lead for Vaughan. They get a quick fifth goal right off the break and really killed any hope for the Blue Devils early in the second half. They shut it down quickly, and they've played relaxed here in the second half. Don't make mistakes. Don't do anything too crazy. Ruffman. Peria sees Mello down the line. Mello playing low 1-2. Velastegui holding the back of his ankle. No call there. Catalano's punch gets cleared right towards the Blue Devils player Santos, but his shot gets blocked. Stegui's not happy with the no call there. A play resumes here with Vaughan in possession, but a little bit too casual in that backline, and Duarte will be able to get that ball free. Rose does well, though. Try to win this one back, and Rose and Duarte battling back and forth for the ball, and it's going to finish its way for a free kick for Vaughan, and we have two Blue Devils down on the pitch. Sanchakowski, who was on his hands and knees earlier in the half, he's down onto the back, and Duarte as well, asking for a substitution. Sanchakowski could be some heat here. They said in these last 5-10 minutes he's been on the hands and knees, hasn't felt good, so training staff coming out to take a look at both Blue Devils players. Looking on the bench here, though, don't really think they have one player, Antonio Sereno. So they do have one more option on the bench to the Blue Devils, as well as backup goalkeeper Markovic, if absolutely necessary. I don't think we're going to need that here, as Vaughan's getting ready to make a substitution themselves, as Ryan Kidu is getting ready to come into the game. And Kidu will be replacing Asimo Farron, who picked up one goal himself off of the penalty. So Ryan Kidu coming into the game here. He'll flop himself over to that left wing and finish off these last few minutes forward the Azuri. As Farron gets some nice high fives from the rest of the team for his efforts today. Tchaikovsky and Duarte looking to get themselves the thumbs up to re-enter the pitch, and they do from the referee. So back to full strength are the Blue Devils, as here comes an opportunity here for Kidu, and he's onside. Some hands went up from everybody thinking it was offsides, but play still continues here as Mills gets dove into there by Mello. We have a free kick in favor of Vaughan for Mello's dive into Mills, and those two players will give themselves a handshake there and talk things through. As we have an injured Blue Devils player down on the pitch behind the field. I think that could be Duarte, who tried to continue. Can't tell from this angle just yet. I'll let you guys know here momentarily. The Vaughan player, not too. I wouldn't like it if the player would step over me. But right now, Vaughan players giving themselves high fives and giving themselves thumbs up towards the crowd that came here on hand again on this hot and humid Saturday afternoon. But we finally have some form of a cloud coming into the sky here, which is nice to see. So maybe we'll get itself a little bit of a breeze here. But let's look at the recap of the game here. It was Blue Devils starting itself with some opportunities early, forcing some saves from Catalano. Ilias, though, picked up an injury, though, and it led into a nice counterattack the other way, where Jason Mills pounded one into the top corner from Narfonso. Narfonso, though, picks up his second one as nice run coming in from Alejandro Porto Oliva down the right side, touches it right into an open goal for Narfonso to tap in. Alfonso gets another opportunity there as he gets taken down, which leads to a penalty kick, which Farron slotted home. And Alfonso was able to pick up one more before the halftime break to give himself a lead. But Ilias was able to pull one back, break any clean sheet opportunity for the Azuri as they go into the break 4-1 for Vaughan. But right off the break, just 2 minutes in, Alfonso gets onto the other end of a Justin Thomas cross, taps it home, and it gave them the 5-1 lead here in this one. As play will get resumed here with Vaughan. Gonna kill some time into the corner, but instead they're gonna try to get themselves towards that penalty area, and then that ball will get cleared away. So the injured player Duarte still having attention to on the sideline. So Blue Devils are playing down one player here right now. As Melo picks up this ball towards the left side, and Santos will give chase. Santos bouncing that ball around as we get the indication from the fourth official. It'll be 4 minutes of added time left to go here. So just 4 minutes until Vaughan, Missouri lifts the League One Ontario trophy. They will become themselves the first 3-time champion. As Gogarty and Mills here continue to knock the ball around, killing off whatever time is left here on the clock. Duarte is back onto the pitch now, and he's looking to hobble off these last few minutes as the Blue Devils do get themselves a free kick. Now it's a play for honor here. Try to see if they can get one. As Velastegui puts this one in too far to get to the foot of Perio. And Santos gets another opportunity. He'll switch it over to this near side of the field for Melo. Melo trying to dance away from Kidu. And he finds Velastegui, who's trying to get himself into the corner. Velastegui falls down, but no foul against him as he just lost his balance there. As he goes for a goal kick, and Vaughan, Missouri will make another substitution here as Baldwin Tomaseros will come to the game, and Raheem Rose will exit the game. Rose put in a great shift for himself today. And Baldwin Tomaseros will get himself an appearance here. This League One Ontario Finals. Get himself the last couple minutes in this one. Good battle in the air, and Krasinski finds that ball in towards his feet, as hitting it high in the air was Benitez Hernandez, as Benitez Hernandez continues to fight for the ball, as Perio finally will hit this one high in the air. Elias battling with it with Porto Oliva, and Porto Oliva not happy with that call, and Blue Devils are going to play this one in quickly. Santos trying to cut inside, but it gets poked away from him by the newly introduced Tomaseros. So he did his job there, shutting down an attack. As the play starts to wind itself down towards this final whistle. Tomaseros going shoulder to shoulder, and he's giving it all here for his 2 minutes. Shakes off a couple players, and he continues to go. He falls down. The play still continues here for Vaughan, but finally the play will be called back for a free kick, and the Vaughan bench is upset. They thought they had a clear advantage there. Baldwin Tomaseros, okay. You know what? Sometimes you think, okay, I got 2 minutes, not much I can do. That's an impact right there. Somehow continued his run down the line, gets knocked around, dodges some players, and finally gets brought down. And drop ball. Drop ball resumes play, and Vaughan had the ball there, interestingly enough, but okay, play still continues here. As we have a couple pushing and shoving going on between a couple players, and the Blue Devils will get themselves a free kick. So one last opportunity, and Mills and the Vaughan player still arguing, trying to figure out what's the drop ball, why was the play stopped dead back there, and they're still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but At the end of the day, it's going to be a free kick here for the Blue Devils. One last play to finish off their season. Again, you got to keep your heads up for the Blue Devils. See, strong season. Had a little bit of slow start, 4 draws in those opening 6 games. They found themselves in the middle of the table. Then they started to pick up the wins when it mattered most and got them here towards this League One Ontario Finals, which is no easy task. As Santos' free kick goes over the goal, and your League One Ontario champions with an undefeated season is the Vaughan Azerti. Finishing with a record of, if you include the playoffs, 20 wins and just 3 draws. No losses. And they are your first 3-time League One Ontario champions, with victories back in 2016 against FC London, 2018 over Woodbridge Strikers, and now 2022 over the Blue Devils FC. As we get a good round of applause from both fans as the Vaughan players cheer in front of the fans. So builds itself out to be a close game at the beginning. But Vaughan put themselves way ahead there early, and just that first half pressure was just too much to handle for the Blue Devils. As we get it, the trophy presentation and medal ceremony coming in quite closely. Got to keep your heads up high for the Blue Devils again. Not the way you want to finish it out, but they made the journey here regardless. And on this hot and humid day, that always plays a huge impact when down on the turf. But I'm loving the support from both the teams who came out to cheer on these two teams. As you see, they're getting high fives and hugs from everyone, as they not only book themselves the trophy, but a place in next year's Canadian Championship. I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in for this match as well. My name has been Mark Gnomes here, as I've been giving you the play-by-play commentary. I'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in for this entire season of the matches, as we had some great game of the weeks throughout the season. Fun quarterfinals, a down-to-the-wire semifinals, and a finals where we had one team take cement. And again, we'd like to thank our partners for today's broadcast: Gatorade, Derby Star, Macron, Vibrant Performance, Sports Engine, Canadian Premier League, Ontario Soccer, and Canada Soccer for their continued support of League One Ontario, as they're ready to put to bed the final moments of this 2022 season. So you see League One Canada Commissioner Dino ready to hand out the medals and trophies. As first, picking up their medals will be the referees. Referee Ryan Schrengard, assistant referees Jason Vinecourt and Twain Anderson, and the fourth official, Brian Butler. Get a good look on that trophy in the background. And Vaughan is excited to be able to raise that one here shortly.
Once again, we would like to draw your attention to the field of play as Blue Devils FC receive their silver medals.
And they could call over here the Blue Devils FC to pick up their finalist medals. Again, a great journey here. Many teams fight to get themselves into this position. And second place, definitely Nothing to be ashamed about here. They put in a great season, and we expect to see the same for future seasons for Blue Devils FC. Get towards the final few players here. Duarte, Santos, Rahman, and then the Blue Devils FC coaching staff. And here we go. The championship medals and trophy presentation for Vaughan, Missouri. And I believe the season championship trophy as well is up there.
Your 2022 League One Ontario champion, Vaughan, Missouri.
Here come the Azzurri, ready to collect their championship medals now. And I got to give respect here. The Vaughan players going over towards the Blue Devils players, so the players they haven't had a chance to, so they get the medals. They're walking over to the Blue Devils players, making sure they say good game towards them if they haven't had an opportunity to yet. Great sportsmanship going on here behind the scenes as the Vaughan players are picking up their medals, but as well giving respect to the Blue Devils. And the final couple players here in the coaching staff, the captains, Dylan Carrero, Jason Mills got the opening goal. As we get the final few players of the coaching staff. But again, loving the sportsmanship from both these two teams here, going off on the side, making sure the Blue Devils are ready in a line here, just giving a high five to each Vaughan player as they walk by. We get a good look in that here, so thank you very much. As each of them came by to make sure they gave their respects to the champions. As you get looking towards the center of the pitch for the trophy presentations. There's Carrero and Mills accepting the championship trophy. And the photos. As all the players are getting ready to go in front of the banner to raise the trophy. And your champions for 2022, Vaughan Azurdi. And I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in throughout all the games here. As there's the second trophy here for the season championships. Being the top team in the League One Ontario table during the season. Double trophies. Double the fun for Vaughan Azurdi as they dance it off here. I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in throughout this entire season for every single game. All the teams, women's and men's, for a great League One Ontario season. And I already can't wait for it next year. But until next time, folks, this has been Martin Ohms on the commentary as Vaughan finishes the season off by celebrating in front of their fans. And until next time, folks, I'll see you guys later.